This is one-on-one session with the ForumIAS founder and director Ayush Sinha. In this session, students are asked questions to test their preparedness for the personality test. One-on-one sessions are not mock panel sessions.
Can you briefly introduce yourself to me, Nikhil?
My name is Nikhil Kamble. I was born in Maharashtra. I have completed my Electronics And Telecommunications engineering from College of Engineering Pune. I started preparing for UPSC roughly around 2015-16. I cleared the exam in 2020 and I'm currently serving in Indian Postal Service. I'm an amateur photographer and I like taking photos.
Can you tell me some pictures clicked by photographers that have had a massive impact in the world?
So, three pictures that come to my mind very prominently are. One was when the Syrian refugee crisis started, and there was a picture of a boy in a red shirt who died on the beach while he was traveling from Syria to the European countries. The second picture that comes to my mind is during the African famines when there was a picture of a vulture waiting over an almost dead baby, and he was ready to eat him. And the third picture that comes to my mind was of one click by drones of the Arctic shellfish when it was cracking. So these are some of the three pictures that come to my mind very prominently. And these three pictures had significant impacts.
You talked about a vulture looking at a famished child somewhere in Africa. Where was it? Somewhere in Africa. And who was the photographer?
I don't remember the name of the photographers.
It was a Pulitzer Prize winning, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm not sure. Maybe it is from WhatsApp University, but the person later committed suicide. Is that true? Or is that WhatsApp University news?
I've read about it, sir, but I don't know if it's true. I can't verify the authenticity of that fact.
Okay. Tell me, do we still need Indian posts in the third decade of 21st century?
We do need India Post, sir. India Post not only provides logistics service to the poor and the unserved areas of our country, but it also provides a significant amount of financial inclusion. India Post runs schemes of our Ministry of Finance, which have led to increasing.
Address my question. So, according to you, we still need.
Yes.
Can you give me 2-3 reasons why, according to you, we need India Post? Private courier services are doing quite fine. They are also reliable. Then why do we need India Post? Think and tell me the answer.
So, India Post is necessary because of a couple of prominent reasons. One of them is they provide logistic services to the underserved areas. India Post has the network and reach which is unparalleled in any of the private sector companies. Second would be we not only provide logistic services but also the financial inclusion services. And these services are reaching in the left-wing extremism area, they are reaching in the hilly areas which private sector do not tread. And third, one of the reasons would be Indian Post has a sovereign presence in certain border areas. There are border villages in Rajasthan and Gujarat which do not have police presence or local government presence, but India Post is the only sovereign government presence in those areas.
Okay. You do mobile photography. According to you, I want to buy a phone for my wife for good photography purpose. Can you tell me which mobile is the best one?
So, do you have any personal criteria?
No, I do not.
So, the best phone would be an iPhone, obviously. They have much larger sensors. The light exposure you get in the iPhones is unparalleled. But if you are looking for some slightly cheaper options or some trial-based options, Vivo has much better sensors.
When is the date of your interview?
I don't have a date yet, sir.
That is very good. Okay. You keep update with new technology by reading technological blogs. What are some technology blogs that you follow?
So there are a couple of blogs I like to follow. One of them is TechVisor. They usually talk about upcoming mobile technology, cameras, and sometimes they talk about the new technologies which are coming into India from outside countries.
No, which blog do you follow?
There are a couple of blogs. One of them is TechVisors. One of them is
techvisors.com.
Techvisor.com. Your website. Techvisor.com. Then another one blog would be TechRadar. And one of my favorite ones would be it's a tie, but bbomb.com has a really good technology blog.
What is the name?
Bbomb. B-E-E-B-O-M.
bbomb.com. Is it Indian?
Yes, sir. A couple of them are Indians.
This word blog, where did this word blog come from?
I am unaware about the origin of the word blog, sir.
Can you think of it and expanded? It was shortened from an expanded word. Weblog. Have you heard of the term weblog? Early days of the internet, when people used to leave a log or a journal on the internet. So weblog, and then web moved to weblog and blog now.
Thank you, sir.
You have completed Eagle course for soft skills and leadership quality development. Are leaders made or are they born?
Sir, I personally believe that leaders are made.
Okay. What is the biggest challenge in coming up with an objective list of qualities of leadership? Is there a challenge?
So, yes, I believe there are challenges in coming up with a list of objective qualities.
Why?
A couple of them challenges would be, one is leadership qualities have to be unique to particular fields. There is no list of universal qualities that these qualities will make you a leader. Some of these qualities require you to handle events, while some of the other qualities would require you to take care of your people more. So, varying from field to field, the qualities of leadership change. So, coming up with a universal list of qualities would be a difficult task.
So you mean to say that for every quality, we will have a leader who has it in great amounts, and there is a leader who simply does not have it and yet is a good leader, isn't it? You could say, for example, compassion. You will have a leader who has a lot of compassion, and there will be equally successful leader who may not just have compassion and is equally successful. Mahatma Gandhi, known for compassion, a great leader of the 20th century, and his contemporary Winston Churchill, not known to have compassion at all, but hugely successful. That's it. But still, broadly, if I were to ask you what are 3 or 4 qualities essential for leadership, what would you say?
Sir, a couple of qualities that I would say would be integrity, commitment to the cause, and belief in oneself and your team.
You have also been top 1% performance in class 12 exam. That is wonderful. It is said that in India we have inequality. 1% versus the 99%. Do you agree to this?
Yes, sir, I would agree that there is some form of inequality.
Some people say that in absolute terms we do not have poverty, we have more of inequality. Why do such people say this? Which means that people say that there is a distribution problem, there is no wealth problem in the country. How broadly do you agree to this?
Sir, there are reports by institutes like Oxfam which back this sort of reports, where they have stated that the issues in redistribution of wealth. So there is data to back this quote.
You have been an electronics and telecommunication engineer. Tell me, what is the problem? Why the batteries that we are using today in our phones and iPads and laptops, why they are not lasting any long? There is so much transformation in the software industry. Nothing has changed in the battery technology. Am I correct here or not?
Yes, sir, you are correct in this one. We have the batteries we are currently using are lithium-ion batteries, and some of them.
That's what we were using 10 years, 15 years ago, also, isn't it?
There are upgrades in this, sir. There are lithium polymer batteries coming up. There are some H2O2 batteries coming up. And these batteries are supposed to last longer. But the technology is expensive. So the mid step would be including graphite in the batteries, which is being done by companies like Apple. So they are promising much better battery life.
In Maharashtra, what are the major challenges before the state today?
So problems before Maharashtra would be a couple of them. One would be the developmental deficit that has occurred in the western states and western districts and the eastern districts. Second would be farmer suicide issues. And third would be the climate change issues, sir.
Why in your state there are so many farmers committing suicide? Is it true or not that a large number of farmers committing suicide? Maharashtra has a disproportionate burden of farmer suicide. What is the reason? Why, for example, poorer states like Bihar farmers are not committing suicide?
So, Maharashtra, one of the primary reasons would be lack of institutional credit. Then there are issues like the climate change, which was mentioned. There are vagaries of monsoon, and the agriculture in Maharashtra is very much.
No, Nikhil. When does a farmer commit suicide? You are correct there. But when does a farmer commit suicide?
So, farmer commits suicide when he feels hopeless.
Plus, there is somebody at his door. Who's this person at his door?
The non-institutional credit lenders, sir.
The one whom he has borrowed money from, right? That is the point. And he has. Why is he feeling hopeless?
So, because there are lack of mental health institutions to back him up.
He feels mental healthy. He feels helpless because he knows that he will not be able to pay back the money, right? And why sometimes he is not able to pay back the money? Is it always the case?
Not always the case, but it is the case sometimes.
And that is because his agriculture output is dependent sometimes on the vagaries of nature. Isn't it? Nikhil, you are already in such a good service. What is the reason you are not happy here? You want to go for Indian Administrative Service?
Sir, Indian Administrative Service would provide me with a much plethora of larger opportunities. I'd be getting multiple portfolios to work in. That is one of the reasons why I am trying to get into that service. Indian Postal Service is a good service and I am happy here. But I just believe I can do more.
Alright, Nikhil, your interview is over.
Thanks.